All right, Warpath fans, it's time for another quick Kickstarter update. So the GCPS have arrived. Yes. Really exciting. And in fact, I'll talk kind of more at length about them here later on. But let's look real quick how we are tracking. So this is what we were looking at a couple days ago, right? And if we look right now, so we were at the high end there. There was going to be 266,000 pounds being brought in at the top end, and the range has kind of tightened and boosted up. So now, actually, the low end of the range is more like that. The high end of the range is looking at 283,000, and we took in a lot of money. The Kickstarter took in a lot of money today, 14,000. Pounds, which is significant. That's about 4,000 over what's normal, and that's even more than when the Veermen were announced as well when they got unlocked. So that's pretty great. And in fact, now if we look at that and we believe those ranges to be true, that means right there at that number, the Marauders, for all you orc and goblin weirdos, get unlocked right about there, which is pretty cool. So we're within striking distance of that. I think the Nameless, that juicy purple tentacly faction, is probably out of reach. Let's talk about some other cool things that have happened during the Kickstarter. So Mantic, because Mantic is Mantic, they're giving us 2 free sprues of terrain, which I think makes that outpost there on the top right, and is essentially comprised of those pieces that you see there on the left. It's kind of actually really neat to think about if you individually based on pennies, I suppose, or pence, your infantry, you could potentially play a very small game of Dead Zone with this terrain, right? It's the cuboid kind of shaped Dead Zone look. But cooler than that, if you go for one of the bigger terrain pledges, you get roads and a landing dock and spires, and it looks cool. I was really excited initially by the roads, but now we don't really know how big the vehicles are going to be. Will they embiggen the roads? If they embiggen the vehicles, I don't think so. I think I've backed away and decided I've still got to make my own roads to just make it fit for not only Warpath but also Dead Zone and BattleTech. So, Dead Zone. Excuse me, Drop Zone Commander, and BattleTech and the like. So I'm switching my pledge up. I originally was going to go Forge Fathers and Asterians. Now I'm going to go GCPS. And the reason is because that is just a very Starship Troopers, sci-fi, near-tech, high-tech sort of army, and is so versatile for other sci-fi gaming at that scale at 10 millimeter. Plus, look at the tanks I'm gonna get. This Lancer thing, mules. We get Striders right out of the gate. Monocycle, and it gets even better because, of course, I'm gonna get the reinforcements for both. I get Hornets. The Wolverine APC, and the Onager, whatever that thing is. Over on the reinforcement side, also this is kind of funny, but unlock new factions. They show you everything in them. We're still waiting for a clarification, though we know what these things are going to be, right? I'd guess that it was Black Talons and drones, and sure enough, they are. Oh, they're calling this a Shade Escort gunship. Oh, sure, whatever. Fancier name for it, but they're all the typical drones that we know about. Yep. All right, I just wanted to show you real quick for laughs. I've got some Star Saga GCPS here. These are obviously PVC single cast or whatever, not quite hard plastic they are, but they're good. Their details are not that soft, and even where they are, they just kind of blends in with pouches and whatnot. Again, I think of really, of all the guard type or humanoid type, this guy's a flamethrower guy, I think. Well, of all the sci-fi models that I've seen, outside of maybe a few from Wargames Atlantic that I really, really like the Space Nam range, so cool. But these are just like right up my alley for aliens, Starship Troopers, whatever. They're super great looking. Yeah, and here's a Dead Zone box that I have as well, in the back of the box here. Lots of weapons, platforms, striders, vehicles. 3 days left on the Kickstarter. Go check it out if you haven't already. Hope you're all doing well. All right, bye-bye.